This is No BS Job Search Advice Radio, episode 753. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and I coach people to play big. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com and NoBSCoachingAdvice.com, and welcome. I'm at a conference through Tuesday in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I'm going to be busy. So if you email me about coaching, and I'll just remind you, through the end of this month, if you send an email to me at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us and put the words Job Search Radio in the subject line, you'll help me celebrate the 300th show of Job Search Radio, my other podcast in iTunes and Stitcher. Now, I'll be able to pick up with you upon my return and schedule those appointments, but pay now before the end of the month, before this offer goes away. I am not bringing it back. I really am not going to bring it back. Now, today's show has a great question, and it seems so easy. What percentage of people do you think have stolen $10 or more of stuff from their employer? But it is so seductive. Listen to my answer. You'll find it very interesting. Hope you find this helpful and give it 5 stars in iTunes or Stitcher. It does help other people find the show. And by the way, if we're not connected on LinkedIn, send a connection request to me already. LinkedIn.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Let me know that you listen to the show. It puts a smile on my face. And now let's get going. Great question I heard last night, and I just thought I would use it as my video subject for today. The question is, what percentage of people do you think have stolen $10 worth of stuff from their employer, and why do you think that way? So I want you to understand the logic of the question. And the logic is you really have no idea. So what you're doing is projecting something onto the population that reflects you. So in other words, if you say 70 or 80%, what are you saying about yourself? And the likelihood is that you would have taken stuff from your employer. And I'm talking about more than just simply the pens. So understand, a question like this is about revealing of yourself, because the why follow-up, why do you think that way, is really important. I've just seen it happen all the time. People take stuff, it doesn't belong to them. I saw a guy at my last firm walk out with a carton of toilet paper. Whatever it is, it's more about you than it is about others. So the way you want to answer the question is with a relatively low percentage. Maybe 25, 30%. Why do you think that way? I think basically people try to do the right thing. And as such, they know it hurts their employer and thus themselves if they take stuff. So they try to be respectful at organizations rather than steal from them. I know there are exceptions, and maybe I'm off on the number, but I prefer to think that people are trying to do the right thing. And that becomes a far better way to answer it, say 75, 80%. In sales, you might try something slightly different. I think the people I've worked with are hard-nosed and they're determined, but they wouldn't do anything to really pad their expense accounts or do anything to harm their employer. I think when push comes to shove, they're all trying to do a great job, and that's not part of their, you get where I'm coming from with that. But, there's a vulnerability that you're showing and revealing about yourself and how you answer the question. So if you pick a high number, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. So that's today's show. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, here are a few ways that you can connect with me. The first one, of course, is reach out to me on LinkedIn. My page there is linkedin.com/IN/The Big Game Hunter. Mention that you listen to the show because I love to hear from my listeners. It just puts a big smile on my face. Next, if you're an executive and interested in my coaching you, email me at jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Mention in the subject line that you're interested in coaching. I'll reach back to you. We'll set up a time to speak. We'll figure out whether this makes sense. I want to be clear. I'm not here to be your recruiter. I no longer do search work. I'm a coach helping people find their next position. And as such, my work is not free. I'm not doing this as a charitable endeavor. I'm here to see whether I can help you and whether your background is something where I can be of service. And if you're not an executive, the best place to connect with me is with jobsearchcoachinghq.com. That's my site where I've curated information that I've created and other people have created. It's there with their permission, of course. And you can ask me questions. So right now there's over 400 pieces of content there, plus the ability to ask me questions. So again, jobsearchcoachinghq.com is that site. And by the way, and I haven't really mentioned this on the site, in addition to doing job search coaching, I also do executive coaching and life coaching. And I've done so for years. So if you're interested in that, message me again at my email address, jeffaltman@thebiggamehunter.us. Tell me about what you're interested in, and I'll get back to you and we'll talk about it. Hope you found this helpful, and in the meantime, have a great day. Take care.
At Metro PCS, we let the numbers do the talking. 4. Enjoy a reliable 4G LTE network that's faster than Sprint. 2. Get 2 free smartphones when you switch to Metro PCS. 99. The percentage of people in the U.S. covered by Metro PCS. Get 2 free Samsung Galaxy J3 Prime smartphones when you switch. Metro PCS. Wireless figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network are active on Metro PCS in past 90 days. Coverage claim based on talk text coverage. Speed claim from downloads. See store for details, terms, and conditions.